In the last video, I said that this one will be about weapons within the game, so that is what it is about. But first, before I get into the weapons, I did something quite big to the player character. I did a redesign. So they went from this to this. I made the eyes much bigger and added a lantern on the back to give them more personality. And I think this looks a lot better than the previous version. And they are officially named Cinnamon. The extra personality was made from advice from Artman Oil, so thank you. Now let's get on to the weapons. The weapons within my game are all made to be based around farming things or things that would be found in a farm. To start, let's talk about the more normal weapons of them. This is the Revolver, the very basic weapon in the game. It has infinite ammo, however it is relatively weak and would make the player want to use any other weapon. Because of this, it is the first weapon you get at the start of each run, and you would want to use it throughout in case your other weapons run out of ammo. This is the standard shotgun that would be found on a farm. There is nothing much else to it other than it shoots multiple projectiles and is just a shotgun. Big jump of weapons here, pretend that this would be in the farm. I made a new mushroom and gave it a sniper. I then gave it the best animations I have for a weapon, so I decided to give it to the player as well. And now this innocent looking pumpkin can wield a massive sniper with projectiles that can pierce through enemies, able to hit multiple at once and deal a lot of damage. So this one is obviously going to be rarer than all the others. Now I think it's time to talk about some of the less normal weapons, ones that aren't normally real life weapons. This is the Spore Gun, one that was originally held by the mean mushroom, it still is, but I also made it so the player could use the weapon similar to the sniper. This is where the guns get a little bit stranger, but they also get more farming related. This is the Pitchfork Gun. It is a regular looking pistol which has a pitchfork shoved at the end of the barrel. This weapon also has pierce along with the sniper rifle, but when it runs out of pierce, instead of disappearing and destroying, it sticks into the enemy or ground. This weapon is just a Wellington Boot that shoots extremely quick water bullets. It has a sniper scope like the sniper and is the original sniper-like weapon that I made. It uses raycast to check if it was hitting the enemy or not, and it can also hit across the entire room in an instant, so it feels very different to every other weapon in the game. Now this is the MiniMe Gun. This is the grenade launcher of my game. It is a bazooka inspired by the one held by the Chompy mage from Skylanders Imaginators, and it shoots out smaller pumpkins, which when hitting an enemy it explodes and can hurt multiple enemies. You can also bounce it off walls and floors and hit some cool trick shots with it. Now let's talk more about some of the strange weapons, and these are some of my favourite that I've made of all of the weapons. Here is some corn, which just so happens to be a rapid firing weapon capable of killing many enemies. It does a little less damage than all of the weapons, however it fires very quickly. Fish. This is a shotgun that fires bubbles instead of bullets. They stay there for a bit after slowing down, and it's very good for making walls of projectiles to keep enemies away that move towards you. It is very effective against the pineapples. This is just your normal chicken. You pick them up, you hold them, and then you shoot eggs out of their mouth. Don't question it. This is my favourite weapon that I have made, as it's just very goofy and the burst shot makes it feel very good to use. It is also the strongest weapon at the moment for single target damage. And there we go. There are all of the weapons that I currently have in the game. If you have any more ideas for them, make sure to leave them in the comments. Now, I would like to ask a favour from you. Do you think my game would benefit from having boss fights? And what are your favourite first boss fights in games? Have a good day and subscribe.